Hello, my crafty friends. It's the 2nd of the month, and that means it's time for another sheetload of cards. The sheetload of cards is the brainchild of Alicia at Call Me Crafty Al. Every month she supplies a sketch and cutting guide, and they're free to download if you are a subscriber to her YouTube channel, and I will have all of that information linked in the description box below. On the first of each month, Alicia shows the sheetload and her completed cards, and then on the 2nd of each month, she has a process video showing you how she did her cards, gives you any tips and tricks, and the rest of the sheetload team. There's a big team of collaborators on YouTube, Instagram, and on blogs, and we all share our cards and how we interpreted this month's sheetload. It's always so much fun to hop along and see what everyone created using the same sketch and cutting guide, and that information is also in that description box below. This month is a special edition. It uses 6x6 papers, so you're going to end up using 6x6 patterned papers, and the yield is 6 cards. I, of course, made all of mine birthday cards because I donate 25 birthday cards a month to my mom's old nursing home. I like to use the sheetload to make a whole bunch at one time. So here are my cards. And I'll go over some of the details. I started with an ivory cardstock because the pattern papers, the white just was very jarring on it. That's almost a soft cream inside that pattern paper. And the pattern paper is a 6x6 pad that I've had in my stash for a long time. It's by Cardabella, and it's called Giddy Up. So it's a fun one, and I have enough to make some more cards as well. In fact, this sheetload, I had so much fun doing this sheetload. It's one of those ones, as soon as I finished, I wanted to make another one right away. Oh my gosh, I had fun. It goes together so slick, and I cannot wait to see how the rest of the team interpreted it because, like I say, I can't wait to make more. I want to make some Christmas theme ones. And because you're using 6 pattern papers, I did take 2 of each design. As Alicia indicated in her diagram, there are 6 pattern papers, but there are 2 of each design. But you could do it with 3 pattern papers and still get the same look for a total of 3 cards. She also gives you dimensions for doing a single card if you want. For 6x6 pattern papers, it's just going to be one of these sketches I use again and again. And remember, if you are using 12x12 pattern paper, you can cut those down into 6x6 squares as well. So the Celebrate and the Happy Birthday inside, this is from a very old, May 2015, a paper pumpkin called Birthday Bundle. This was actually my first paper pumpkin kit. I bought it on an online listing. I didn't buy it in 2015, but it was my first kind of experience with paper pumpkin, and I absolutely loved it. And I get so much use out of this stamp set. So I just kept it simple, and that's what I used for the Celebrate on the front, as well as the Happy Birthday inside. I did have a few little scraps left over, and so I added a flag. Whatever pattern was on this rectangle here is the pattern of the flag that I added inside, just to give a little pop of color inside as well. Now on the sketch, there's this kind of nest here of ribbon or twine. I had thought about doing twine. I wasn't going to do a nest, but I thought about doing a loop with a knot. I thought with twine, this was kind of masculine and rustic. I thought the twine with a knot would be good. But then I realized I have the Swirly Scribbles dies. This is a very old retired set from Stampin' Up. There was also a coordinating stamp set. I did not get the stamp set, and that's what these are for. I bought the dies because I love this kind of nest or twig wreath and then this cutaway border. So I get a lot of use out of these. I don't even remember how many years I've had it, but I thought that would make a really cute little nest on the front. So that is what I used, and I just used some brown cardstock. I have page protectors with my colored cardstock scraps, and I just pulled out the brown one, and I was able to cut all of those out of scraps. The hardest part of the whole assembly process was lining up this panel here. So I got my card bases, I got them all cut and scored, and I got then all of the pieces cut as per the cutting guide, and then started to assemble. So I used my mini Make Art station, and I'm going to show it to you because a friend of mine who is an avid paper crafter had never seen one before. So I used this Make Art station by Wendy Vici, and I might have said that wrong, I apologize. It's by Ranger. So it's heavy duty, it's magnetic, it has 1/4-inch grids on it, and then heavy-duty magnets that hold your project down, as well as a magnetic ruler. So I laid my card on the grid and I lined it up so that it was even on the borders and along one of the grid lines. And then I just used the magnets to hold it in place. I actually used 3 magnets. So that card is not going anywhere. And then I added my ATG tape to this panel here and lined it up with the 1/2 inch mark top and bottom. Lined it up, pressed it on. Every one of them went on straight. It made the assembly process so much easier. And then for the magnetic ruler, I was able to use that to make sure that my Celebrate banners also went on nice and straight. So it's a very handy tool for lining things up. I keep it out because I use it all the time. So I have 2 sets of 3 identical cards. Each card uses all 3 of the pattern papers, just in different places. So this one has the paisley as the large panel here on the 2 small panels, and then this larger rectangle there, and the same with the red and the argyle print. I honestly can't wait to make another set of these cards. If you enjoyed my video today, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more. And that's it for me today.